Welcome to Interesting Talks with Footprints. Today's talk is on how to manage jealousy. As normal, like, share, do leave comments on Facebook and on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification button on YouTube. Now, I've been off for the last 2 weeks due to the fact I've had some flu, so do take care of yourself. I really wouldn't want you to feel like how I have. Now, healthy ways to deal with jealousy. Jealousy isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's human nature. It's natural to feel jealous from time to time. Jealousy becomes problematic when we act out in jealousy or we wallow in it. Now, it becomes far more problematic when it starts to consume you and creeps into every aspect of your day-to-day life. One of the most common types of jealousy is the romantic jealousy. We also tend to feel jealous about others' success, strengths, lifestyles, and their relationships. For instance, we might believe someone's life is much easier or more comfortable than ours. We see only the good in their life and only the bad in ours. Or we might believe our best friend has a better relationship with another friend. Social networking sites such as Facebook, Snapchat also trigger jealousy. Today's online and offline worlds overlap, so there's a lot more confusion and complexity in our relationships and more ways to compare ourselves to others. Insecurity often underlies jealousy. We feel threatened or less than good enough. We fear that somebody else's strengths mean negative things about us. Jealousy may also be the result of your earlier experiences, but more on that later. I have some general tips for dealing with jealousy, along with specific suggestions for our jealousness in romantic relationships. Tips for romantic relationships. Assess your relationship. The best way to overcome jealousy is to first take a look at your romantic relationship. For instance, consider if your relationship is built on trust, respect, and love, and if your partner's behavior reflects their words. Are they honest with you? If they're not, naturally, this can trigger or perpetrate your insecurities. If you're in an insecure relationship, expect to have your jealous buttons pushed, but no one can tell you what to do. If you stay, you'll most likely feel bad and jealous at some times. Assess yourself. If you're in a secure and solid relationship and you're still feeling jealous, look at yourself and explore your own experiences. Research on the subject of jealousy in a romantic relationship indicates that a person's basic attachment style underlies their tendencies towards jealous reactions. People who developed secure attachments in their early years between themselves and their caregivers tend to be less jealous and dependent, have higher self-esteem, and have less feelings of inadequacy than people that were in insecure attachments. Try asking yourself these questions. Do you have a pervasive feeling of emptiness or lack of self-worth? How was your relationship with your early caregivers? Was the atmosphere in your home warm, loving sometimes, but also critical? Were you raised in a respective atmosphere? Were your early caregivers unavailable? Was their attachment style amenable? For instance, a skilled therapist can help you build self-esteem and work through your concerns. Seek out other support. Have interests outside of your relationship. Talk to a friend about your jealous feelings, but don't just do this at the exclusion of talking to your partner as well. General tips. Recognize your jealousy. When we name the jealousy, it loses its power because we are no longer letting it shame us. Acknowledging that you're jealous opens the door to learning. Learn from your jealousy. We can use our feelings of jealousy as inspiration to grow. This is how we grow. For instance, you realize that the reason you get jealous every time your friend plays their guitar is because that's something you would like to do. So rather than wallowing in that jealousy, you sign yourself up for some guitar lessons. Make sense? Let it go. Tell yourself that you don't need this emotion in your life and you're going to relinquish it. Then breathe deeply and imagine flowing through like the wind. Repeat as often as it takes to truly let it go. Manage your emotions healthily. Practice mindfulness to calm your runaway emotions. For instance, tune your body into a flow state. Take several deep breaths. Try to detach from the intensity of those emotions. If your jealousy involves your romantic relationship, share your feelings with your partner after you are calmed down. To process your emotions, I suggest try journaling, dancing to your favourite music, or taking a walk. Remind yourself of your positive traits. It is really good to try to play with your loving emotions. This reminds me, everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Again, jealousy is a normal reaction. It becomes problematic when it becomes persistent. When you find yourself feeling jealous, recognize what's happening, delve deeper into your relationships and yourself. And by practice, like most other things, you'll become better at it. So if you know anybody that would find this video useful, please send it to them. Do leave comments on Facebook or on YouTube. If you have any kind of subject matter that you would like me to explore, to talk about, feel free to do so. Thank you for listening to me and spending your time with me. Until next time, take good care of yourself and do your best to have a positive week. Bye for now.